Hey Flosstube, it's Kerry in Stitches. It's Wednesday the 11th of April. This is video number 16. I hope you're all keeping well and have been stitching lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. I haven't. The title of this video will probably explain a lot. Yep, not a lot. Coffee and TV. It's pretty much how most of my evenings have been. But hey, we've got coffee, we've got Flosstube. I got my Flosstube watch list down. It's now back up at about 50 videos. So many good ones out there. So many good ones out there. So I'll get there eventually. I guess I will. So I don't mind. I discovered this week I've had some thumbs down. I am officially a Flosstuber. So I think my husband was with me when I was looking at the analytics on YouTube, and I don't tend to look at it that often because he does all the uploading of videos, and I tend to watch a lot of things on my phone, so I don't tend to go into the creative studio that bit very often. But I was having a bit of a mooch, having a look round, wobbling the table, and so I was just like, yes, I'm a Flosstuber. He thinks I've gone mad. He's surprised that I'm actually pleased about it, because I can be quite sensitive to things like that, and he was like, oh, you're okay? Yes, I'm fine about that. I don't care. If I'm not your cup of tea, I'm sorry. Well, actually, no, I'm not sorry. But go out there and find the Flosstubers you do like, because there are a couple of people who I've watched a few and thought, it's not my thing, and so I'm not going to watch them, because life's too short to be doing stuff you don't want to do. Same with stitching. Life's too short to stitch things you don't want to stitch. So that's probably why I don't jump on a lot of the sales and even the hashtag sales, because unless I love a pattern, I'm not going to stitch it. So yeah, right, life update. So we've had Easter. I hope you all had a pleasant Easter. We had a 4-day weekend in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Did they get a 4-day weekend as well? I don't know. Yep. So it's been so we had bank holidays on Good Friday and Easter Monday. We didn't do a lot over I've had a sinusy icky thing. It wasn't very pleasant, so I felt a bit rotten for a couple of days. But we did go out to Broadway, which is a village on the edge of the Cotswolds, which is about 45 minutes away from us. It's not far, but it's a very, very pretty Cotswold village. So they've just reopened the steam railway, so there was a steam train sat in the station waiting, a route master bus, which is a really bizarre thing because you don't see route master buses in the Cotswolds anyway, but there was one of those going through up and down this, because the train stations are about a mile out of the village, so that was pootling up and down the village high streets. That was really quite a fun thing to watch, because we were around a corner and we could hear this sort of chugging noise. I thought, oh, must be a tractor. Stopped to look, because you know it's a route master bus. You know, these things surprise you. So we yeah, we had a wander around the village, looked in a few of the shops. Lovely little village, really like going there. So yeah, did that. We've been to see our friend the crafty jeweller. Lottie and I have made some jewellery this holiday. She's made a couple of really lovely necklaces and a key ring. I've made a necklace and a key ring. And we had a crafternoon with one of Lottie's school friends and her mum. We do a lot of we get on really quite well, and we're both quite crafty as well. So yeah, we did that. So we all just we took a big box of beads and stuff over, and the kids just did, and we did, and I started making another tiara. So we'll have a little 2-minute jewellery segment somewhere at some point, and I'll show you all those. So anyway, that's everything. I'll do some shout out of this. I've watched 8 new people. Not just, well, some of them are new, some of them are newish, and some of them are just completely new to me, and I think, where have I been? Anyway, right, let's kick off. Right, where are we at? Oh, let's move that out of the way. because I've stacked my pile in the wrong direction. That's not very sensible. Okay, 2 FOs. Oh yes, 2 FOs. Not a UFO, a 2 FO. So I was working on Celtic Cross last time by Textile Heritage. This was just a little kit that was gifted to me by my friend Laura. And that's the, there you go, that's the back. Look at that. No back shaming here. There we go, so I finished that. The knot work was a challenge because most of it goes, well, some of it doesn't go actually over the Ada blocks, so, but read the chart and noticed immediately it did that, so swapped straight to a sharp and, excuse me, swapped straight to a sharp, and it was quite easy, it wasn't too bad at all. So yeah, we've got, this is another finish. So then I moved on. I was kind of feeling that I'd been neglecting my Year of Whip stuff for sulphur stitching, so I was glad to get that done. And I moved on to Tiny Christmas Sale, and I got my finger over a bit of it. There we go. Oh, there we are. Now we're in the picture. So all I had left to do was the bow, Santa and the reindeer, angels and a star, and finish my little gingerbread cottage, which is what I made. Yep, so I did that. I did that over Easter weekend. You know, as you do. Did I do it Easter weekend? Or weekend just gone? Weekend just gone, not Easter weekend. I did Celtic Cross Easter weekend, and I added some beads for the tree in the middle, which had been my plan all along. So, which is why why I hadn't stitched in the gold and the red, or the yellow and the red. So that's 8 out of 18 for Year of Whips. That's pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that, considering we're only in April. We've got a check-in coming up next Wednesday, so I need to start photographing, ready to do that. I then, still feeling my kind of Year of Whips kick, moved on to, let's find, I can't even see the chart now. Throwing bits of paper everywhere. Moved on to Giraffe Silhouette by Maya for coats and anchor. There we go. So I'm pleased with how that's coming on. So when I last showed you, I've done all the black. Actually, I think I've done all of the cross stitch, in fact. So it's all cross stitched at the bottom here, and then as it goes up in the burgundy and the red is just half stitches. If I get it in the frame, it's even better. So I did that, and then started on the yellow moon, but forgotten that it was in half stitch. Did it all in 3 strands on 16 count. Wondered why it was being an absolute nightmare to stitch, and then realised what I'd done, took it all out and then put it in as half stitch, and that's coming on quite nicely. So I'm going to do a couple of days more on this, and then I am going to go to get this birth sampler done, because when we were seeing the crafty jeweller, we bumped into my pregnant friend who's only got 3 weeks to go. So I really feel I ought to be getting the birth sampler done. Oh yes. Right, so that's, so we've got two FOs, a whip. I haven't worked on the birth sampler anymore, but I'd like to try and get, well, I'd like to get as much done as I can by the end of next week. So I think I'm going to work on Giraffe until Friday, and then I'm going to work on the birth sampler over the weekend until Tuesday, and then I can start my new start. So new start's going to be Main Street. It's been a long time coming. I've been collecting the charts since Christmas, so I'm very excited. I have some here, and then I have all the rest here. Yep. So that's a full house of Main Street. This is the first ever series I've collected. Quite proud of that. First ever series I've collected. So, and the first one, so it goes, that's the first one. I'm not taking out the package, I don't care. Flower shop. And then books. Then the gazebo, which is my favourite. It's just Gilmore Girls. So I'm toying with the idea of Gilmore Girling it. Don't know how yet though. So, and then we've got coffee shop. And I can't see me getting any further than that before my next Flosstube. So that's all I'm going to show you for now. So this is being done on Star Sapphire Linen by Witchelt, stitched in cord fours, which are I'm juggling all the DMC. 3 skeins of blanc. It's a lot. And then I've got the Classic Colourworks. So it's 4-leaf clover and cocoa bean. There's not a lot of variegation in them, but I've gotten 2 of the the 4-leaf clover just because I didn't want to run out. But I have checked the I forget, Patchwork Rabbit said that you needed 3 skeins of the white, but only 1 of all the other colours. So I did get 2 of the hand-dyed because I didn't want to have to just order 1 skein from somewhere, because I would have to order. Next up, I'm part of the Fibro Stitchers group on Facebook, run by the Queen of Starts, Kate. We're going to have a little bit of a stitch along. You say, no, enjoying stitch alongs. No. We're going to have a stitch along next month, later this month. Just because it's been fun things, we've done a few little things. And it's nice when it's a smaller group. So we are stitching. Yes, it's the pattern, but it's a freebie. This is the Ink Circles Breast Cancer Awareness Ribbon Mandala. I'm going to stitch it. So we're going to change up the colours and stitch. A lot of people are stitching it in purple for Fibro. I'm doing the dark ribbons will be navy blue for Emmy, because that's my diagnoses, and then I shall do light purple. Then I'm doing the purple for in the corner ones, and the border, which is a variegated thread, is going to be stitched in this one, which is Purple Planets by Jodyri. So it's about time I use some of the Jodyri threads I have. So we will yeah, so I should be doing that. So this is an Ink Circles pattern, and it's on their website. So that'll be my plan. So I'm just going to pull some DMC to coordinate with those. So a couple of blues and a couple of purples. It's unlikely, but I might. Mr. X Stitch bauble pattern. I don't know if any of you did the Stitch for Syria one that was about a while ago, 2-3 years ago, which Mr. X Stitch designed for that. I did that one of those and sent it off, and it was really nice to feel that you were part of something big. So I shall be doing at least one of the baubles. They don't have to be in until the end of October. So I'm looking forward to stitching those. My plan, I have a plan. Actually, I'm going to use the Ada that came with the chart for birth sampler, and then I have my tin of random threads. So these are all the ones that come with the cover kits from the UK magazines, or sometimes they've done where they've given you some funky bobbins and some colours. So they are just completely unlabeled threads. So my plan is I'm going to pick the stripy one with the diamonds. So I'll start with that one and just do lots of different colours, because So stitch a version of one or more of these designs on 14 count fabric in whatever colours you like. Visit mrxstitch.com/bauble to find out where to send it. Let your Christmas creativity flow free. The more colourful baubles we get, the better the whole thing will look. So I'm just going with it. So I know Michelle Bendy Stitchy is on board, and I've seen quite a few other people stitching this. I forget who I saw on Instagram just yesterday or today's doing it. So print the chart off, get stitching. That's what I say. If I did that one, okay. Stash. It's been a good stitchy week. Yes, it has. Yay! Yay for stash. Sorry, at my moment then I thought, Joy, no, let's do some stash. Okie dokie. You've heard me mention my lovely friend Steph before. Well, she sent me a lovely Easter parcel, which also contained yummy treats of Steph's homemade biscuits, Reese's eggs, chocolate bar, Reese's bunny that got eaten, Turkish Delight, Haribo, yeah, loads of yummy stuff, which we shared out. She is such a fantastic crafter, so she made me a little flower. It's actually magnetic, so I don't think it's a particularly strong magnet, so it probably wouldn't hold a needle, but she did send me this one, this lovely little one here, Easter card. And she's made me these before, but she basically decorated a little matchbox. Is that going to focus? Let's block my face and be happy. Even though it's one, and it's got little bumpies on the back. And then inside it, super cute little felt bunny. And if you take the bunny out, it's all decorated inside. Hello honey. How lovely is that? So super sweet, and that sits by my stitchy chair. And she also sent me, I think it's probably all may have seen on Instagram, full set of Lizzie Kate Flip It stamps. So I shall be stitching these next year. Hopefully, if I can get myself into gear, I shall be stitching a month or two. I'm going to try and do 2 months ahead, so I'm hopefully going to start these in sort of November and work on. I suspect they'll be just done in DMC as they're only small. And the way that they've stitched on those buttons on the July one kind of look like spiders. So yeah, August, like the August one with sunflowers. And but I love the June one. So please, 12 charts. Oh, so this was she'd had a competition on her blog to win these, because she was gifted them. She stitched them all and then passed the stash. And the person who won had already got them, so I don't know why they entered, or anyway. So she redrew it, and it was me. Yay for me! So very pleased to have those, because we all love a bit of Lizzie Kate. And I've not done a monthly series of, well, I would have liked to have done one, but I wasn't going to go out, rush out and buy one of them, because I know how hard they've been to get. So I made a few minders this week. They are, oh wow, this was a bad choice of thing, wasn't it? Let's hold it like that. So just this wasn't, I can't remember who'd said about using, oh, one of my new Flosstubers, yeah, Kenna. She'd taken apart some jewellery. Now I went to an 80s themed thing, and these were the earrings I wore. So and now this is nearly 10 years ago that I went to this 80s night, and they've been sat in my jewellery box ever since. And I thought, I'm never going to wear them, and I know I've got the metal and all that, but big rainbow heart's not my thing. So So I made a couple of Easter ones, and that is one of the friendly plastic ones that I made, which I'm not sure if I showed you. I need to cut the loop off though. Yes, so I've made those. My Jodyri threads came in, but not my fabric. They forgot to send my fabric. I have cancelled it. I bit the bullet. I cancelled my fabric. So I'm quite proud of myself for actually doing that. So you can guarantee that for the next 4 months it's going to be greens and blues and things I love. So we've got the Mother's Day limited edition, Mother's Day bouquet. In my house it's yellow flowers if I get anything for Mother's Day, because I love yellow flowers. And, oh, and irises and freesias. There we go. So pretty sunlit waters. Fright Night. That's quite cool. Very Halloweeny. Jade Dragon. That's pretty. Sherbet Dip. That's pretty too. And Witch's Brew, which is purpley purples. So I'm gonna get, as I say, I'm carrying on with the threads because I do like the threads, and I'm a sucker for a hand dyed. So I shall be keeping on with my threads, and I shall be shopping around for a new fabric of the month, because hopefully I'll do that quite soon. So I think, so I don't start spending the money elsewhere. I think part of the reason why I liked the Jodyri one was because it was, I only had to have one piece. Some of them you have to have 2 or 3 pieces, or they've got a really long waiting list. Anywho, Cross Stitch Crazy came in with an Emma Condon chart for the freebie. Good vibes only. Did I have good vibes about this one? It was alright. There we go. The Dragon's Sweet. I know what page it's on, I just can't find it. Really not sure about those though. You know, that was about it. It's a bit of a mixture. And as always, next month, I'm looking next month going, oh, I like that though. I like those phoenixes. Phoenixes? The phoenix? I don't know. Right, last bit of happy mail came from Betty Ulan. I'm sorry, Betty, I'm going to say that now. So she sent me this lovely bee card. I'll be going on my board. Some, a bag of charms, the 2018 charms. There we go. So I'm going to share these with my daughter. So we thought we might do something fun for her birthday because she's having a jewellery party. The reason why Betty, I commented on a lovely little design that Betty had stitched a few weeks ago by Calico Confections, and she contacted me and said, can I send you the chart? I said, oh yes please, which is that one. So I was very excited to be stitching that, and it's quite a simple chart, so I shall look forward to stitching that up. So I was expecting this, but not the other lovely things that she sent too, so that was such a nice surprise. So I'm not taking them out of the bags. Brenda Gervais Ho 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 with their needle and thread, and I've never stitched one of her designs before, so I'm looking forward to stitching that one. I really am. Homespun Elegance, another one designer I've never stitched, so that's Joy, and I like that too. Nearly stitched a Joy one last Christmas, just ran out of time. And the CCN Valentine. Isn't that funny? And I've had 2 people send me Valentine charts now, and because I've never stitched anything for Valentine's other than dragons for my husband. So thank you so much for these lovely charts, Betty. I was thrilled to bits yesterday when I opened all these. Yeah, they only arrived yesterday, so I was absolutely thrilled to bits with those. And I think some of those fabrics I got from Pole Stitches last month will be perfect with those. So thank you very much. Right. Where are we at? So that just leaves the giveaways and 2 minutes of jewellery. So if you're waiting for the giveaways, you're going to have to wait a bit longer because I'm now going to show jewellery. So this is the necklace I made with the crafty jeweller lady. So just a little kit she had, and I put that together and designed my own dangly bit for the bottom. And then I wasn't going to make a keyring. Lottie was just doing another one. I was just chatting to her, and then I happened to be rummaging in a box and saw these. Because the kit's basically, what happens is she puts a bag of beads in the together, and then you just pick. You can design it yourself. So that's what I came up with. And she has a box of sort of random spare beads, and anything you don't use in your kit, you just put in her spares box. So in my spares box. So into the spares box from when we went in the morning went these 3 glass beads, because they were just kind of odd ones and didn't fit with the necklace, because as you can see that's nice and symmetrical. And she did say to me you couldn't make an asymmetric necklace if you tried. Nope, it has to be symmetry. Symmetry. Anyway, I saw this kit and was drawn to this bead here, which is absolutely beautiful glass bead, and kind of went, I think I might actually have to do a keyring. And it has that square one in as well. And then in her spares box I found these lovely sort of amber coloured glass beads, which I thought fitted lovely with the gold in here and in that one. So made myself a little glass bead keyring, and then just put some ribbons on it. Bit of fun. And so lastly, told you I started another tiara. Well, I'm actually going to show you a whip of a jewellery whip. So that's where I've gotten, that's my start on it. And looking for, let's just pop this piece of, see if that will work. Ooh. That's a bit better, isn't it? So yeah, so start off that. I will manipulate it a bit and just to get it started. But somebody was asking me how I do it, and I just thought I would give you not a demonstration, but just a quick kind of I suppose a little bit of how I do it. So I start off with long pieces of wire, just to make basic jewellery wire, and twist a bead on at the end, and then using each one just kind of stitch thread a bead on, twist it on, and then you end up with something like this, and that will then form one of my pieces there, like that. And then when these are all secured on, and I have some slightly smaller ones that will go at the end, the two ends, and then I've got just some little sort of teardroppy ones that are going to go in between. So that'll all go on there, and then I will just tidy it up with the wire and everything, and that's basically how it goes. So I tend to make up, so when we had craft afternoon with my friends, I made up all of these pieces ready, and then yeah, that'll be that. So I shall get this done over the coming weeks, ready for the Royal Wedding Sale. So right, oh yes, Royal Wedding Sale. Stone Street Stitchworks have designed a freebie chart which is absolutely amazing. for the Royal Wedding Sal. I will make a note of that, and I haven't even printed mine off yet. I'm going to make a note of that. Sal, Royal Wedding Sal stone. I'm going to link that. I will put a link down below to their Facebook page for you to check that out, and maybe join myself, Flosstube Dawn, and Michelle Bendy and anyone else on our Royal Wedding Sale stitch along. Stitch anything you like. It doesn't have to be Royal Wedding themed. I will be doing the Stone Street piece, but I'll also be stitching on my Union Jack, my little Union Jack kit that I've got, which has love on the other side, so, and a crown. I think that's perfect. So I shall be stitching on that, but I'll do more about that next floss tube. I think I've got another 2 floss tubes before then. So let's go on to the giveaways. So almost at 300 subscribers as well, so I'm gonna have to have a giveaway at some point, a proper giveaway, not just like these charts. So winner chicken dinner. So a lot of love for the Art Nouveau chart, flowers charts. It's really made me want to dig up. I'm sure this is a spare copy. I'm hoping it's the spare copy. So I'm really making me want to stitch this myself now. So Tash the Star Cross Stitcher, this is yours. If you can PM me here or on Instagram, that's going to you. I apologise I haven't posted any of last time's because I forgot about it, to be honest, and when I went in the box and I went, oh dear. So this is going to link as my homeboy, which is quite convenient because I haven't posted the other one, Heather, so I'll just stick them both in. The robin is going to Mel Pattern, so Mel, if you can PM me your address, I'll get that in the post to you. And popcorn is going to Cat Crazy Creations Sonia, and I have your address, so I will get that to you, Sonia. So those are the 4 that need to go. This has now become my Flosstube giveaway bag, so keep everything safe in there. I'm only doing the 3 this time because my kids have birthdays and they want presents, so I'm cutting back on my postage for a couple of weeks. So because these are slightly thicker ones, they'll be a little bit dearer as post. So I'm doing 3 this week, and I will do 3 next time, and then normal service will be resumed. So I might not even do any next time. You don't know. I don't even know what this is called. Bee Bunny. Bay Bunny. This is a little card kit. So it comes with the card blank. It's got some of the floss. And obviously the charts in there too. So I'd like to stitch the bunny. If you'd like to stitch the bunny, put that below. This is just, so this is sewing motifs, quick charts from Cross Stitcher, that shows them all on the back. So I'd like to stitch the sewing motifs. And in our royal wedding themed thing, we have this chart here for Harry and Meghan. So if you fancy stitching that, I'd like to stitch the royal wedding chart, and it's a nice plastic coated one, so it's a good sturdy chart. So royal wedding, sewing motifs, bunny kit. Let me know down below if you want to stitch any of those, and I will draw winners next time. Put them away. There we go. And I'll put my, see, there's my notes. Random org'd them all. Even if there's only 3 of you, I still do random.org because it's the fairest way. I'm going to do some shout outs. A lot of shout outs. I've been watching some great new Flosstubers lately. So I'm just going to give quick shout outs to Critter Stitcher, Stitching and Wishing. They both have 2 videos out. Jeannie Schwartz, 2 videos, I think. Country Stitchers, they've got 2 or 3 out, 3 out maybe. Kennascrossstitch, I've just watched her second. Stephany and Stitches, who has about 4 videos out, so but they're only about 20 minutes, so they're pretty quick to catch up on. A lot of love for her lately. She's hosting a swap. She designs her own chart. She's really good. Kennascrossstitch. I should have made notes. Those are my notes. I should have made a bit more detailed notes. I forget what half of these people are stitching, but I know that they all have lovely things, and you should go and watch them. So, Kinder Ramblings. So she's got 9 Flosstubes out, and I think I've watched all of them but the 9th one. So I binge watched her last weekend, and I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I've just discovered Christine that stitched all the things. Where was I? So I don't know. Yeah, no excuse there. So I shall link everybody below. Go and check them all out. Give them some love. I think Donna has been giving them all charming mentions too. And it's been sending me some lovely messages on. Sent me a lovely message on. What's this thing called? Flosstube. There you go. So I'm going to shout out to Donna because she's just so encouraging, and time spent with her, just really watching her videos just kind of really feels calming and relaxing, and oh yeah, I like her videos a lot. That's about it, I think. I hope you all have a good fortnight till I see you again next time. Let's see if I actually do get any of that Main Street done. So happy stitching, folks, and see you soon. Bye bye.